What's going on, gardeners? Today I'm going to share with you how to plant Meyer lemons in containers. So what I did is I have this nice improved Meyer lemon tree. Even though it says improved, most of the Meyer lemons that you buy should automatically be improved because in the 70s or 60s they got rid of the old strain. So that is a good thing to keep in mind. You don't need to pay extra if it says improved in most cases. And when I got my tree, it was in a small, like half-gallon pot. This one is from Saxon Bessel. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong, and then what I did is it came in a wonderful potting mix already, mainly bark and of the sort. So what I did is I just upsized it into a container that had about this much extra room on the sides. That is the first tip I will give to you, is citrus like to be, more on the root bound side. So it would be good to go from root bound, plant it just a little bit bigger, to root bound, and then just go a little bit bigger. You don't want to go from like a 1-gallon container, say like this is like 1.5, to like a 10-gallon container, because citrus don't like to have wet feet. That's what it's called, because they need to be drained. They need to drain well. The second tip I'll give you is the potting soil. As we can see, there is a lot of perlite. That is the one thing that your citrus potting soil needs to have. Is either what I would do, what I did here is 1 part peat moss and 1 part perlite. So it's 50-50 peat moss and perlite. Don't use garden soil. Don't use, just straight peat moss, because that holds on to too much water. There are some people that recommend 1 part peat, 1 part perlite, and 1 part vermiculite as well, so that more of it is, perlite and vermiculite, so it can drain more freely. The other tip I would advise is just to keep an eye on it. Don't water it every day. Just use your finger to test and see if this is well watered. You see, this is still moist on top, and I haven't watered it in the last 2 days now. So that is important to keep in mind. Another thing is just pruning. Make sure there's no branches that are going inside, looping around. As you can see, we got a couple of nice buds, but I would prune those off in the first year of buying the tree. You can always let them be after the second year. So next year, go ahead and leave some of the buds on, and hopefully some of them will turn into fruit for you. Another thing about citrus is they like to be kept warm. If Meyer lemons are in the ground, they can survive down to 20 degrees without protection. 20 degrees, you'll see websites that say 30. Even this tag right here says 30 right there. But unless it's in a container, so if it's in a container, I would bring it indoors at no lower than 25 to 28 degrees, depending on where it's located at. But if it's in the ground, it can survive without protection down to 20 degrees. But for containers, I would recommend bringing it into a sheltered place with a lot of light around 25 to 28 degrees. And I think that's about it for citrus. The basics of growing citrus: make sure it's in a bright, sunny location. Make sure, it's very free draining soil. Other than that, the Meyer lemon is one of the easiest citrus to grow. And if you have any tips and tricks for me, leave them down in the comments. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to see more gardening content like this.